which quadrant are you in? You see it. These are the 4 different ways people make money. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Yo, first business educational vid of the channel, all right? Welcome you all. If you're not subscribed now, please go ahead and do me a favor, subscribe. I'm about to be a ton of free business knowledge for y'all. So tonight, we're going over the cash flow quadrant. And look up this man, Kiyosaki. Right? No matter what's said about Robert Kiyosaki, read this book, all right? No matter what's being said about Robert, read this book, okay? It's gonna give you super important knowledge about cash flow. So there's 4 different ways people make money, all right? All right, so which quadrant are you in? You got the E, the S, the B, and the I, right? So what do these quadrants actually stand for? E stands for employee. So I'm gonna write this out. I'm gonna just give you a quick overview real quick. So E is for employee, S is for self-employed, B is for business owner, and I is for investor. So currently at the time you're watching this video, what quadrant are you in? Are you self-employed? Are you a business owner? Or are you an investor? Which one are you in? The goal for the video today is to educate you about all 4 quadrants and to help you figure out, if you don't already know, what quadrant you're actually in, all right? So let's get to it. First quadrant, employee. Now, guys, sorry in advance for this writing. Please forgive me. Don't judge my writing, all right? Forgive me, I still got these notes right here. I want to make sure I'm hitting all these topics precisely for you guys and not leaving any information behind. So the first quadrant is employee. You got E for employee. Right. So what does an employee do? Employee works for someone. You can say boss, right? An employee has a boss. So that's number 1. They trade time for money, right? Y'all see that, right? They trade time for money, all right? So the first 2 things, an employee, this is what I got a boss. I still got a part-time job right now. So I'm still technically an employee, right? I'm still in the employee quadrant. They trade time for money. And now another thing is their income is limited by how many hours that they have available to work that job, all right? So their income is limited by how many hours they can work and their employer's decision. Their boss is gonna tell them how much money they want to pay them per hour. So third thing is money controlled by time or employer, right? So that's the third thing. First, you got a boss. Second, you trade that time for money, right? You trade your time for money. And then 3, your money is controlled by how much time you spend on the job and what your employer chooses to pay your salary, right? You might be hourly, you might be salary, so that's up to your employer, right? And the last thing that really means that you're an employee is the mindset, right? Security-driven mindset. Why do we have a job? That's security, right? Why do I still have a part-time job? That extra couple hundred every 2 weeks just for working 1 day a week, couple hours a week, that's stability, that's security, right? So security-driven mindset, right? Steady jobs, steady benefits. Now, I've worked in corporate, bro, those 401k benefits, that dental insurance, health, vision, all that stuff, that benefits, that's part of the reason I'm still an employee, all right? So those benefits, the retirement plans, right? That 401k right there, it's really, you get that as an employee. So we see there are reasons why people choose to remain an employee, right? They have benefits. So let's go on to the next quadrant. All right, so we've already been over the first quadrant, the E, right? We got E, we got S, we got B, and we got I, right? That's your little quadrant there to make sure you know which one we at. So we already got the employee, right? What's the S? Can anyone guess it? Put in the comment section right now if you know what the S is, all right? I'll give you 5, 2, and 1. Self-employed. S stands for self-employed. What does self-employed mean? It means you work for yourself, right? What else does self-employed mean? Oh, well, what are the type of self-employed people that you can think about, right? Doctors, consultants, lawyers, physicians, right? People that work for themselves, but if they left the job, they will stop making money, right? So self-employed people, they have more control than the employee, but income is still connected to time and effort. If they don't work, they don't pay. They don't get no money, right? I'm a self-employed person. I have a business. If I'm not in the gym actually coaching some of my clients, then I don't get money for those clients. Now I do coach online as well. You got employees, stuff like that. But if I don't go coach some of my clients, I don't get paid for some of them. So that's self-employed, right? More control, possibly more income, but money still connected to time. Your money is still connected to the time you can actually spend in the facility or the effort, right? Time and effort. You're self-employed. You have more control. You can control your work schedule. You can get up whenever you want to, but still, time and effort controls your income, right? You don't have anyone. If you don't, no work, no pay. If you don't work, you don't get paid. If you don't show up to your clients' appointments, you don't get paid, right? Again, these are doctors with their own practice, right? I think if you work at a hospital, that's something different. Consultants, lawyers have a retainer fee, but if they still don't show up after a while, they get fired. They don't have another lawyer going to help that client out if they lose the client. So that's self-employed. So first two quadrants are down. You got employee, then you got self-employed. All right? Let's keep it up. Let's keep it going. So what's the next one? We've already covered the full left side of the quadrant, right? So what's the next one? What is B? You guys tell me what B stands for. Do we know? I'll help you out. Biz owner. That's what B stands for. A B is a business owner, right? What makes the business owner? A business owner has systems. That's the biggest thing that makes a business owner. You don't even have to have employees, but if you have system, automation, we got AI videos and stuff these days, right? We got AI employees, AI agents we can help to automate our processes. So even if you don't have employees, you can still be a business owner by having systems that automatically interview your clients, a sales funnel that automatically takes out people that don't qualify, and you can have a scheduler that when the person they enter their email, they get to a certain page, they can automatically schedule their appointment with you. So all those steps can be handled by AI, right? So you don't even have to have employees to be considered a business owner. Your business can still make money without you there, right? You can still automate certain products and stuff to sell without you being there, right? So that's what systems and automation is, what really makes a business owner, right? So they own a system. There's this owns system. Sorry, my bad. Owns system that works without you. Once you can own a system that works without you, then you're on the way to being a business owner for sure. What's the next thing? They leverage people and systems automation. There we go. What we just talked about over here, because you can have an employee. Oh, I can't spell. You can leverage people. You can have an employee, right? Put automation, right? Leverage people, systems, and automation. We had already talked about up there, but I just want to go ahead and list it out for you, right? So, y'all, I need a bigger board. I just realized that. Anyway, on to the next. Franchises. Why? What are some examples of people being business owners? Franchises. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, Popeyes, right? Mickey D's, Bojangles, right? If the manager isn't there, or the franchise owner isn't there, they got managers. They leverage people. That kiosk system, the drive-through, right? All those systems that are in place to help the employees find out what the customer wants. How the POS system, the register at the front, that's a system, right? The owner doesn't have to be there to train everyone how to use the systems because they got a manager. Leveraging people, right? So Bojangles, Papa John's, I like pizza, right? Wingstop, you name it, right? So those are some examples. Again, the biggest thing of the business owner is that the business can make money without you. That's the thing. If your business cannot make money without you, if you get sick and the business starts dropping income, or things can't get done without you doing them yourself, then you're not a business owner. That's the thing that gets a lot of people confused when it comes from self-employed people to business owners. Self-employed person, all you did was create a job for yourself without having to ask somebody else permission. That's all a self-employed person actually is. That's really it, right? Business owner, your business can make money without you there. That is the difference. You have systems and you have automation in place. You might have a couple employees. That's what makes a business owner. You can be self-employed and have employees. You can be self-employed, hire employees to work in your salon or whatnot, but the employees might not know how to use the register system. They might not know how to open the store. There are plenty of business owners that I've consulted that actually are self-employed. They just hired employees, but the employees aren't trained. So don't be one of those business owners. All right, next one. Last but not least, I'm pretty sure you guys already know this one. Investor. Boom. This is the goal, right? This is the goal. You want to be able to make money for you. You want your money to work for you. Investors have money that works for them. They don't need people. They don't need to leverage people. They can leverage hedge funds. They can leverage stocks. They can leverage real estate, right? They can do bigger things. So the money works for them. If you're an investor, you put money into stocks and you put money into, you're an angel, right? Angel investor. You invest into other businesses, other startups. What's next? Income comes from investments. We're talking about that now. Income comes from investments, stocks, options, real estate, right? What's another investment vehicle, right? Royalties. If you're a music artist or a hip hop artist or something like that, you got royalties. If you're on commercials, if you develop products, right, and they take place and other people buy your products, you can get royalties and residuals off of that, stuff like that, right? Investor has the highest average passive income potential. Highest leverage to passive income potential. When you're an investor, you can invest into 100 businesses. That's the highest leverage and passive income potential. When you're an investor, you can buy businesses, sell them, right? When you're an investor, you can borrow against your assets. That's how the rich get richer. I can't wait for that video, y'all. Bro, oh, that's gonna be crazy. When you're an investor, you focus on building wealth and financial freedom. Hopefully y'all can see that. That's your fourth quadrant right there, investors, all right? Y'all, that's the goal. That's what we want to get to. You know, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, you aim to be in at least two of these quadrants. Whether you're an employee or self-employed, you don't want to be in one. If I'm self-employed right now, I should be on my way to being a business owner. If I'm self-employed, I should also be investing. You can definitely be an S and an I at the same time. You can be an E and a B at the same time. You can be an E and an S at the same time. Honestly, until you got a couple mil, I feel like you should always be an E. You should always have some type of employee type of thing. Always have some type of little money coming in, right? Because it's just good. Unless you're at a certain point, that's when you can expand. But y'all, those are the four quadrants for you right there. You got your E, your S, your B, and your I, right? Now, if you stayed to the end of this video, I want to give you some bonus tips, all right? Bonus tips on how to get from an E to an S to a B and an I. And again, just to summarize, E is employee, S is self-employed. They don't make money, no pay, right? Employee, you work for other people. Your income is controlled by how much time you work and the employer paying you a certain amount, right? The S, self-employed, you work, no pay. Business owner, you use systems and automations, you leverage people and systems, right? And then investor, your money works for you. Basically, your money makes money for you, right? You invest in other businesses and you reap the benefits of that investment, right? So how do we get from the left side to the right side, right? You got the left side, E, S, you got the right side, B, I. Left and right. How do I go from this to this side? Oh, that arrow is crazy. All right. So let's give you some tips, all right, for all the guys and girls who've stayed this long to educate themselves and have invested this learning time into themselves to get better. Be proud of yourself, all right? I'm gonna give you some tips on how to get from employee to business owner, from self-employed to business owner to investor, all right? First one, mindset shift. You need a mental shift to take place. A mental shift has to take place, all right? Mental shift has to take place. Security over freedom. You need to start valuing freedom over security. You need to start valuing freedom over security. Security is not going to get you to that I. Investors take risk. Business owners take risks. It's a risk just to even believe in yourself enough to take the risk, right? Because somebody might be next to you trying to talk you out of it. Mindset shift. You need to want freedom over security, and right? That's financial freedom. All of us can do what we want to do. We can choose to not work, but we ain't gonna get paid. we need financial freedom over security. All right, you need to desire this much more. It's going to be hard, but this is the mindset shift that needs to take place. All right, so check your mindset before making your moves. All right, ain't nothing go wrong with that. All right, we got 5 tips. On to number 2. Number 2, pay yourself first. Oh, I can't write. Pay yourself first. All right, and this isn't like going to buy Jordans first before you pay your bills. This isn't buying liabilities. Paying yourself doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna get my paycheck and go buy this TV because I'm paying myself. No, that's not what that means. Paying yourself being your future self, right? Invest into your future self. Invest into the pay your bills first, right? Invest in yourself first, right? That's what it means by pay yourself first. So pay yourself first before paying bills. You want to set aside money for savings or investments. Set aside, before paying your bills, set aside money for savings and investment. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the 30-70 rule. Some people call it the 20-80 rule. Whenever you can live off of 30% of your income, that's when you will be truly wealthy, right? By the time you get there, when you can invest 70% of your stuff, pay your bills, invest off of 70%, and you got 30% of what's left over, and you can live off of that, then you're definitely on the way to becoming successful. Some people say if you can pay your bills with that 30% too. So that's up to you how you want to interpret that. But I'm just going to keep it simple for you. Keep it simple, stupid. Pay yourself first. Before paying bills, set aside money for savings and investment. Go ahead and download Stash App and put away $5. As soon as you get your paycheck, put that $5 or $10 away every 2 weeks. Put it away. That was my easy first $500 that I didn't realize I had until I looked at my Stash App 6 months later. After putting, $50 away, I saved $500 in 6 months just for putting money away. So, pay your bill. Before paying your bills, set aside money. This builds your investor muscle. Oh Lord, I can't write. Right? Everything takes practice. You even have to practice being negative, right? After time and time again, if you practicing that, it becomes a habit, right? Everything is a muscle. Reading, thinking, it's a muscle. You have a mental muscle up here, right? The more you read, the stronger your brain gets. So, your investor muscle, your money habits. What's your habit of investing before you pay everything else off? Do you spend all your money on stuff that ain't gonna make you money? Or do you buy investments and put money in your savings and then pay bills before you buy all the stuff, right? That habit of doing things in that sequence is the investor muscle, right? You be building your mentality of becoming an actual investor. All investors invest and put money in their savings before they pay bills. Every single one of them. So this is how you build it. All right, boom. Let's go to the next one. Number 3, build assets, not income, right? Why do you think we invest and put stuff in our savings before we pay our bills? Number 3, build assets, not income. Meaning, I don't care about you vying for a raise and trying to make more money. Focus on building assets, because there's only so much money you can force yourself to make without those money building vehicles, right? Assets are just money transference vehicles. And stocks, when you put money into a transference vehicle that grows in value, your asset grows in value. If I buy $500 worth of stock and the stock price is currently $340, when it goes up to $345, $400, the amount of money I invested, I'm saying it goes up too. The amount of money I can get out of that asset. If I sell it high, that's increased value, right? So build assets, not income. Stop trying to chase paychecks. Stop trying to chase more high value jobs without building assets. If you just buy stocks with the current job that you have now and you allow yourself to invest and save money before you pay those bills and you build your assets, by this time next year, your money is going to probably be doubled. If you stay on it, build your assets, buy stocks, buy things that appreciate in value. Boom, build assets, not income. Ask yourself, will this activity keep making me money? Will this activity keep making money if I stop working, right? Build assets, not income. Will this activity keep making money if I stop working? So the thing that you're spending your money on at this time or at that time, right? Will it keep making money if you stop working? If the answer is no, then it's not an asset. It's a liability. Will this activity keep making me money if I stop working? If not, it is income. It's not an asset. It's just more income. That's it. We don't want more income. We want more assets. You know what I'm saying? Assets appreciate in value. They let our money work for us. All right? Last two. Y'all getting fired up over here. Boom. Let's go. Let's keep going. Turn your skills into systems, y'all. All right? Whatever you know how to do, turn it into a system. If you're self-employed, document your processes. For this channel, I've documented my processes on how to make stuff on Calendly. I've documented my processes on, not Calendly, on Canva. I've documented my process on making a Calendly account and how to schedule, book lessons. I've documented the processes on how to use certain apps for training clients. I've documented my process on how to make PDFs and how to make QR codes. And I can sell those things if I wanted to. I can sell those things. But instead of selling them, I just turn them into systems. I teach other people how to do them, like my employees. I got a lady that knows how to use my Calendly, so anybody at the gym that I'm not there, she just gives them my link. So y'all, turn skills into systems. Self-employed, document your processes. That's what's going to take you from an S into a B. Oh, Lordy. Go from an S to B. All right? Go from self-employed to business owner by turning your skills into systems. Remember, business owners, because they leverage people, systems, and automation, right? So that's a quick way to go from S to B right there. Last one for y'all. Let go. Last tip, last but not least, and probably one of the most important after your mental shift, is investing into your financial education. That's self-explanatory right there. Y'all, that's self-explanatory right there. Just how you invested your time into learning more about the cash flow quadrant, how to make money, how to go from the left side to the right side, how to go from being an employee to a self-employed person. You did your first thing. You made the first step. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Good job. So now keep investing into your financial education. Keep watching my videos. Like and subscribe for more. Plug. Keep watching my videos. Go buy courses. Whenever you get through everything I got to teach you, go buy courses. All right? Keep it up, y'all. That's all for the video today. Like and subscribe for more. Y'all have a great one.